Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Brain Cancer Diaries. I'm just out for a walk. If I seem a little more wobbly than usual, it's because I have no walking stick to help me out today. I'm feeling pretty good. My balance is pretty solid. I credit that to being a little bit more active, getting out of bed. A big part of that motivation is a woman who's featured in this particular episode, a woman named Sara Crosland, who didn't have brain cancer, but she had a brain tumor in a condition called acoustic neuroma, which impacts you very similar to the way that my tumor impacts me, which is horrible balance, dizziness, fatigue, and all that. But that hasn't stopped her from doing a lot of pretty amazing things and inspiring me, despite the fact that she lives thousands and thousands of miles away. She lives in the UK.
I was working at the time. I was working as a special needs teaching assistant in a primary school, running a photography business on the side. And I started to feel quite fatigued. I started to get a lot of joint pains. And then I started to get neurological symptoms. So I began to have double vision in my left eye. I was admitted to hospital. And they told me that I had a 3.5 centimetre acoustic neuroma or vestibular schwannoma.
I'm not as familiar with acoustic neuroma as maybe say Meniere's and some other vestibular disorders. I mean, it's like a tumor and they remove the whole thing and you have what exactly happened?
The tumour actually grows from the Schwann cells that sort of coat your cranial nerve. So it's the 8th cranial nerve, which is your hearing and balance nerve, your vestibular nerve. So the tumour had grown on there. Mine, rather than growing into the ear canal, which is what normally happens, mine decided to grow the other way and compress my brain stem. So I had a whole multitude of symptoms. But initially, I had balance issues where I kind of felt like I just got off a boat. But I didn't realise how much your vision and your balance are connected. I thought it was just much. So they went in through the back of my head here, moved my ear and everything forward, straight through my ear canal, so that severed my hearing and balance nerve. So when I woke up, I had no hearing. That's not ever going to come back. That's gone on this side. And my balance was totally gone as well. So initially it was a case of having like intensive physio for the first few days in hospital to try and learn how to walk again, because it's the most bizarre, horrible thing really, to go from someone who's quite active to someone who's sat, being given drinks through a straw. When I first got out of bed and they put a chair that was about 1.5 meters in front of me and said, right, we're going to walk to that chair, and I was like, I can do this is fine. And 15 minutes later I got there aided to the point where I couldn't move without throwing up. It was horrible. And people would say, oh, keep fighting, it's benign, and all the rest of it. But I'm thinking, well, actually, as they say, benign isn't always fine, because I had brainstem compression that caused my heart rate to go up from, normally it's between 50, 60. It was over 108. My blood pressure was high. My taste buds had just gone completely out of whack. I couldn't taste anything. I had headaches, like I say, I was sick all the time, and I really did lose the will to live. It kind of makes you think, well, this is going to be a longer journey than I'd anticipated. And again, now, I can push myself to do all these things, but because I'm compromised in terms of my balance and my hearing, plus, the post-operative stress, as you know, I still suffer a lot with fatigue. I'm sleeping a lot more, or I should be sleeping a lot more. I don't necessarily. I think it can be my own worst enemy at times.
I've been fortunate, a lot of my fatigue has kind of faded recently, but there was a period of I remember in December, there was a whole month where I basically just slept. I slept like an hour a day. I mean, it's no joke. I mean, when you open up somebody's head, your body needs time to recover. I mean, so I guess that's the other thing too, is that you do push yourself a little bit, but finding that balance of pushing yourself but not pushing too hard because your body needs the rest,
Initially, it didn't seem too bad because I wasn't pushing myself too far. I'd go out, I'd do short walks, that was okay. Actually, I entered the Race for Life, which are run in the UK annually, and they are for cancer research charities. So it wasn't fast, it wasn't pretty, but I got around there, and it was nice for me. It was just nice to be back out there and in that atmosphere and have my little bit of bling at the end of it, you know.
And I was just thinking about, like, if I could just run a 5K, and I used to be one of those guys who like make fun of people who do fun runs and 5Ks. It's like anything less than a 10K or whatever, you're just playing around. But I was just thinking, like, if I could even just run a 5K, that would just be such an emotional thing for me. I mean, was that an emotional thing to finish for you, to go through the Race for Life and finish it?
It was, to finish that. You know, a friend ran it with me as well, so that, you know, it was really something. It was one of those that I didn't think I'd be able to do. It's just about setting those little goals and just having something to focus on. So now I can recognise in myself, if I've not got something to aim for, I slide back, not just physically but mentally as well. Like, you know, I find it better to just have something to, you know, focus on each week, each month, you know, nothing major. You know, for me, I'd always wanted to do a skydive, and it was one of them things, so I'll do it one day. And then this happened, and I thought, well, I'm never going to be allowed to do that with a hole in my head. I thought, right, I'm doing it. And then we'd gone on holiday, and I received a phone call, and she said, I see you've had a few medical issues. She said, you have sought medical advice. And it was like, of course I have. I was like, busted. So I wrote to my neurosurgeon anyway, and he said, yeah, that's absolutely fine. You can go ahead and do that. So he signed all the medical forms for me, which was great. You know, everyone said, how could you smile the whole, you know, as I'm getting out of the plane, I'm just smiling. And I was like, well, you know, when you get to do something that you thought you would never, ever get the chance to do, you make sure that you enjoy it, you know, and I think you do come to appreciate things a lot more. You know, you realise things are precious, time's precious, tomorrow isn't guaranteed, you know, it's not a dress rehearsal, so get out there and do it. You know, it might feel rubbish tomorrow, but whilst I feel well, I'll do what I can.
Yeah, try going to a 5-year-old's birthday party and see how you...
Stuff of nightmares.